Now, what does motivation mean to you, and how can people use it to create success in their own lives? Because I think motivation is one of the things that a lot of us, it's hard to have and it's hard to keep and maintain based on your whatever's happening in your life, in your own personal life or whatnot.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy that we're going on this topic because it's I think, a very important topic. And I'd like to share, what my conclusions are on this topic because I picked them up again through Toastmasters.
Nice.
And the experience was Toastmasters each year have a convention. And at that convention, they give what's called the Golden Gavel Award to one speaker who they honor as a great speaker. And I noticed this from reading Toastmasters magazines that they have these Golden Gavel winners. So I wrote to them and I said, listen, I'd like to hear or listen to a number of these speeches and then write articles about them in the magazine if you would agree to my doing that. And they agreed. And they
Nice.
sent me the recordings from these Golden Gavel winners. My project went nowhere. It didn't gel. However, I did get the chance to listen to all these Golden Gavel winner speakers. And one of them talked about motivation. And his name was Bob Richards. And now this speech was from the 60s, probably. I don't know, way back there. And in his speech, he said this. He said, they were at that time in economic trouble. America was in economic trouble. And he said, given the trouble economically, some newspapers went out to talk to experts and ask them what's needed to turn things around. What's wrong? What's missing? Why are we in trouble? And they found, every one of them, one answer, and the answer was motivation. What was missing in society was motivation. And then he went on from there, Richards went on from there, describing to the audience what he thought was motivation. And he described it this way. He said when he was growing up, he grew up in a small town, something maybe similar to where you are. And this town had a semi-professional baseball team. And on this team was a guy named Lou Boudreau, who was, I think, a second baseman. He later played, I think, for the St. Louis Cardinals, in the National Football League, Baseball League. But at that time, he was the local hero of their baseball team. And for Bob Richards, Lou Boudreau was where the sun rose and the sun set in his life. And he described how one day Bob Richards went to a baseball game and was in the far bleachers of the stadium when Lou Boudreau hit a home run and Richards caught the ball. So he got the ball and he ran to the players' locker room to wait after the game for the players to come out to get an autograph from Lou Boudreau. So he was waiting in the lineup with a bunch of other kids, and the players started coming out, and finally Lou Boudreau was coming out, and he was going down the line talking to all these kids, and he finally got to Richards, and Richards related the following conversation. He said, Lou Boudreau said to Richards, hello, and who are you? What's your name? And he said, Bobby Richards. Nice to meet you, Bobby. And what are you going to be when you grow up? And Bob Richards said, I want to be a famous baseball player. And Lou Boudreau said, that's wonderful, Bobby. I can see it in you. One day you're going to be great, Bobby. And Richards said that those words meant so much to him to hear his mentor, his idol, say, one day you'll be great, Bobby. That was motivation for him. And then he went on to describe what he felt was motivation. And the description was this. He said, motivation is painting a larger picture of the life of a person than the picture that the person holds for themselves. And the moment of motivation is when that person clutches onto that larger picture and adopts it for their life.